All right, let's dive into a topic that's truly changing the game in education: artificial intelligence. And no, we're not talking about science fiction. We're talking about a practical, powerful new assistant that is already stepping into classrooms and making a real difference for educators just like you. Let's see how. And wow, isn't that the truth? The life of a teacher is this constant, incredible juggling act. I mean, before that first bell even rings, you've been a planner, a counselor, a manager, the list goes on. It's a massive workload, and it's one that technology is finally starting to help with in a meaningful way. So let's just start with the core problem, right? The teacher's overload. The demands are always growing, and finding the time to actually focus on teaching can feel, well, pretty much impossible some days. So where do we even begin? You know this drill. It's the daily grind, the endless lesson planning, those mountains of grading that just never seem to shrink, trying to differentiate for every single student in your class, and keeping up with parent communication. It's basically a perfect recipe for burnout, and that's exactly where AI is starting to step in and help. Okay, so it is absolutely crucial that we reframe this conversation. AI isn't some kind of threat coming for your job. It's a tool, a really powerful one. And it's not some far-off futuristic idea. Your colleagues, your peers are using it right now to get their time back and focus on what really matters: the students. And you don't have to take my word for it. We've got the data. A recent Stanford study of over 9,000 teachers found something pretty amazing. A whopping 41% of teachers who try AI tools become regular users. This shows it's not just a shiny new toy. It's a tool with real staying power because it actually works. It provides real value. But here's what's really interesting. Take a look at when they're using it. The peak usage isn't on Sunday night in a frantic scramble to get lesson plans done. Nope, it's on weekday mornings. That tells us AI is being woven right into the daily teaching workflow for active prep and real-time support, not just for playing catch-up after hours. So let's just address the elephant in the room: this fear of being replaced. Think back to when calculators first showed up in schools. There was actual panic. Teachers thought, well, there goes math class. But did calculators replace mathematicians? Of course not. They freed everyone up from the boring, tedious calculations to focus on the deeper, more interesting mathematical concepts. AI is today's calculator. And this whole idea fits perfectly into educational theories we've had for years. The TPACK framework shows us that great teaching is a blend of content, pedagogy, and technology. AI isn't replacing the teacher. It's just becoming a super powerful new piece of that technology circle, waiting for a skilled educator like you to put it to good use. Okay, so we've talked about the why. Now for the fun part, the what. What does this new digital toolkit actually look like in practice? Let's explore some of the real-world tools that can act as your co-pilot for those incredibly time-consuming tasks. Just take a look at this. For lesson planning, you've got tools like Magic School AI that can turn a 3-hour marathon into a 20-minute sprint. Think about that for a second. For grading, Essay Grader can slash your time by 80%. Need to adopt a news article for 5 different reading levels? Diffit does it instantly. And for talking to parents, Talking Points can translate your messages, breaking down huge language barriers. These are real tools solving real problems today. But, and this is a big but, here's the secret. You can have the best AI tool in the world, but if you don't know how to talk to it, it's pretty much useless. The real magic isn't in the AI, it's in the art of the prompt. This is where your skill as a teacher becomes the key that unlocks everything. And please, forget that intimidating term, prompt engineering. Let's call it what it is: prompt strategy. It's not about writing code, it's about having a conversation. It's about you guiding the AI with clear, creative instructions to get back something that's actually useful for your classroom. So, how do you do that? Well, you can use a simple framework like CLEAR. Give the AI context. Who's this for? Specify the language and the tone. Provide an example of what you're looking for. Define the audience and what they already know. And finally, list your requirements. Do you need a rubric, an activity guide? Following these steps completely transforms the results you get. And I mean, just look at the difference it makes. A weak prompt, like make a lesson plan, well, it gets you a generic, probably unusable document. But a strong prompt using that CLEAR framework, you get a tailored, engaging, totally classroom-ready lesson plan with a hands-on activity and a rubric included. This is the game changer. And what's so crucial here is that a well-crafted prompt does way more than just save you time. You can actually ask the AI to design activities that target higher-order thinking skills, directly aligning your lesson with frameworks like Bloom's taxonomy. You're not just automating your to-do list, you're strategically elevating the learning itself.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a minute. Our role isn't just about using these tools for ourselves. It's about preparing our students for a future where AI is going to be everywhere. We need to teach them how to work with it, effectively and ethically.
So this means teaching them a completely new kind of literacy. They've got to learn how to spot when an AI's answer is just flat, or when it lacks nuance and empathy. They need to become sharp fact-checkers, critically evaluate its biases, and, most importantly, learn how to take a starting point from an AI and build on it with their own creativity and critical thinking. So the goal here really isn't to try and create AI-proof assignments to catch students. Honestly, that's a losing battle. The real goal is to lean into the skills that AI can't replicate: deep critical thinking, creative problem-solving, and genuine human connection. Our assignments should demand these uniquely human skills. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. An AI can generate content. It can write a lesson plan, an explanation, or a quiz. But it can never, ever replace the human connection that is the absolute heart of great teaching. It can't build trust, spark curiosity, or make a student feel seen and understood. That's your superpower. So the real question isn't whether AI is coming for your job. The question is, how are you going to use this incredible new assistant to do your job even better?